Clope and Nedick Minster welcome you to this broadcast of high school varsity boys basketball. We are at Russia Local School where the Fort Loramie Redskins will take on the Russia Raiders. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney Auglaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, Jewelry Barn, and NKTelco. Good evening, everyone. I'm Craig Fissinger with my broadcast partner tonight, Ken Francis. We're about 11 and a half minutes from tip-off in the varsity contest as we just wrapped up 2/3 of our triple header tonight. We began with the freshman game at 4:30, and in that one, Russia won by the final score of 51-23. Leading the way for the Raiders, it was Benjamin York with 16, and for the Fort Loramie Redskins, Ty Kemper with 8. And next up was the JV contest, which just ended, and in that one, Russia won by the final of 57-34. Top Raiders were Jude Counts with 16, Vince Borchers with 15, and Felix Francis with 11. The top Redskin was Carter Gasson with 10. I'll turn to my broadcast partner now, and Ken, not only is tonight action-packed, but we've had 2 nights of fun in this heated rivalry.
Yes, we have, Craig. You know, it's amazing when you look across the state of Ohio, Craig, and there's not a whole lot of rivalries that will compete with the Russia-Fort Loramie rivalry. There's a lot of good German blood in between these two communities, Craig, and it creates for a huge rivalry, a lot of fun every year. It doesn't matter if we're talking cross-country, volleyball, track and field, baseball, basketball, or golf. There's going to be a rivalry when it comes to Russia and Fort Loramie, and we expect nothing different tonight.
Well, I know you and I can certainly appreciate that rivalry, and I agree with you. There's nothing better. Let's preview this SCAL contest tonight between Russia and Fort Loramie, the varsity one. And why don't you begin with our Russia roster?
Craig, the roster for the Russia Raiders will start off with their seniors: 6'2" Jordan Meyer, 6'1" guard Patrick Bowman, and 6' forward is Sam York. Next up, the Raiders have 7 juniors. They are 6'3" Ben Bowman, 6'3" Colby Monin, a forward Matthew Caldwell, another forward Xavier Flippo, and the guards are Ross Fissinger, Michael Bell, and Zane Shappy. We have 3 sophomores on the Raider roster. They include Hayden Quinter, Braden Monin, and Jude Counts. And finally, there's 1 freshman, 6'1" forward, Braylon Cadania. The Raiders have 3 seniors, 7 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a freshman. Their head coach is Mr. Dave Borchers, now in his 4th season, trying to even his overall career record at 500 as he comes in with a record of 40 wins and 41 defeats. Assistant coach is Spencer Cadania. The JV coach is Cody Anthony. The freshman coach is Nick Leffel. And the athletic director is Mrs. Amber Cadania.
Well, Ken, so far this season, Russia has an overall record of 6 wins versus 2 losses. Their current record in the Shelby County Athletic League right now stands at 3-2, and that means their non-league record is a perfect 3-0. On the road this year, Russia is 3-1, and at home, they are also 3-1. Here's a rundown of individual wins and losses. Victories have come against Fort Loramie in the first game of the season, Houston, Fairlawn, Bradford, Covington, and most recently Minster. Their 2 defeats have been to Jackson Center and Anna. Defensively, Russia is allowing 42 points per game. Offensively, the Raiders are scoring 21 more points than their opponents at 63 points per game. And here's a recap of that most recent contest versus Minster just this past Tuesday, a game that you might have watched right here on NKTelco Sports. For Russia, it really couldn't have got much better as the Raiders outscored the Wildcats 16-8 in the first quarter, 18-9 in the second quarter, and 19-6 in the third quarter, which allowed Russia to coast in the fourth quarter to a victory by the final of 63-36. 11 different Raiders got into the scorebook as our NKTelco player of the game, Hayden Quinter, led all scorers with 15 points, including 1 thunderous slam dunk in the first half. The rest of the Raiders scoring went like this. Zane Shappy had 9 points. Next, it was both Ross Fissinger and Braden Monin with 8 points. Ben Bowman had 6. Xavier Flippo 5. Sam York 4. Patrick Bowman 3, and finally it was 2 points each for Braylon Cadonier, Jude Counts, and Colby Monin. Ken, you and I called that Minster game, and I thought Russia looked really impressive.
Russia played very well that night. They shot the ball well. They pushed the ball in transition very well. And what I was most impressed with the Raiders on that night, Craig, was their defensive effort on the defensive end of the floor. They played extremely hard. Their help side defense was phenomenal. They made Minster work for every basket that they got, and things looked really easy for Russia against Minster. It'll be a different game here tonight against the Fort Loramie Redskins, who will typically always come in and play a very good defensive-oriented game.
I agree with you, Ken. I think we've talked to Coach Borcher several times this season already, and he constantly talks about sharing the ball. And as we just said with that rundown of the scoring, you had 11 different Raiders score, and I thought they did a very good job on that end. He talked after the win against Covington the other night about turning up defensively, and as you said there, I thought they played better defense in that Minster game as well.
My key to the game, if you'll remember, against Minster was sharing the basketball and taking advantage of that well-balanced scoring attack, and the Raiders did just that.
All right, well, now let's preview the visitors from Fort Loramie. And Ken, why don't you begin with this Redskins roster?
The Redskin roster includes 3 seniors. They are 6'5" forward Austin Plyman, 6'3" Lane Frilling, and 6' guard Ty Ruenkamp. The roster consists of 8 juniors. There are Carson Plyman, Logan Eilerman, Isaac Ratterman, Darren Eilerman, Caleb Maurer, Ryan Holscher, Ethan Kaiser, and finally 5'10" guard is Aiden Warman. They have 3 seniors and 8 juniors on the varsity roster. The head coach of the Redskins is Mr. Corey Brenton, now in his 8th season overall, with a very impressive overall record of 133 wins and 59 losses for a 69% winning percentage. The assistant coach is Joe Imwally. The JV coach is Ryan Kanapke. The freshman coach is Jake Grenadier. The athletic director is Mitch Westerheide. The team doctor is Mr. Dr. Sheldon Weichel. And the most important Redskin down there is our friend, Russia alumni graduate, Jody Segert.
Jody Seger's she's been around the league. She
is officially the dean of all scorekeepers. She becomes a free agent every once in a while, so she may be somewhere. I don't know. She's been at Anna and she's been on Loramie, and she still likes to wear her blue and gold socks though to a lot of basketball games, I've been told.
I'll check for those a little later. Well, to continue on about Fort Loramie, so far this season they have an overall record of 6 wins and 4 losses. Fort Loramie's current record in the Shelby County Athletic League is 4-2, and that means their non-league record is 2-2. At home this year, Fort Loramie is 4-1, and on the road, the Redskins are 2-3. Here's a rundown of their individual wins and losses. Victories have come against Jackson Center, New Knoxville, Fairlawn, Anna, New Bremen, and most recently Houston. Defeats have been to Russia, Botkins, Versailles, and St. Henry. Defensively, Fort Loramie is allowing 41 points per game. Offensively, the Redskins are scoring 4 more points than their opponents at 45 points per game. So if we compare the two teams, Russia's giving up 42, Fort Loramie's giving up 41. Russia is scoring 63 and Fort Loramie 45. And here's a recap of Fort Loramie's most recent contest over 2 weeks ago on December 23rd, hosting Houston. It was a game that was close for 2 quarters, with Fort Loramie leading 12-9 at the end of the first and 17-15 at halftime. But in the second half, the Redskins widened that gap and got the victory by the final of 48-37. Fort Loramie's top scorers were Caleb Maurer with 14 points, Logan Eilerman with 9, and Ty Ruenkamp with 8. And in case you were wondering what happened between these two teams in their first matchup to open the season, it was a game that both Ken and I sat courtside and had the pleasure of calling with special guest Mr. Dave Ross. And the action on the court was about what you could expect for a season opener, as both teams' points seemed hard to come by for both the Redskins and the Raiders. Russia had a halftime lead of 20-12 and turned that into a victory by the final of 36-22. Leading the way for the Raiders that night was Ben Bowman and Xavier Flippo with 10 points each. And for the Redskins, their top scorer was Aiden Warman with 5 points, all scored in the fourth quarter. It was a kind of a dismal night shooting for both teams, as Russia shot just 40% from the field, and for Fort Loramie they shot measly 18%. Ken, I don't think we expect to see that tonight.
No, we won't, and I'm expecting a much better played basketball game tonight. Back in November, it was opening night for both teams. The Redskins were coming off of a successful playoff season in football. Russia did not shoot that well. Fort Loramie did not shoot that well. And, we'll give credit, I guess, Craig, to both teams playing good defense. But when you get down to it, it was a pretty sloppy played basketball game. And fortunately for the Raiders, they came out on top. And I think the Redskins here tonight have a lot to prove, not only to the Russia Raiders basketball team, but to their fans and everybody here in Clarcina Road Gymnasium. They're a lot better basketball team than what they showed the other night.
All right, well, we're closing in on a minute from the warm-ups being over, so now it's time for our Keyhole Pizza keys to the game. Ken, let's start with Fort Loramie, and what do the Redskins need to do against Russia to get the victory tonight?
The Redskins, Craig, they've got to clean the glass. They've got to, Coach Corey Britton's team has to hit the offensive rebounding well tonight. They've got to get more second chance points than what they did against the Raiders on opening night. They need to aggressively pound the boards and keep the Raiders on the defensive end. They need to keep Russia from getting offensive rebounds themselves.
All right, and how about the Raiders? What do they need to do to get the win against Fort Loramie?
For the Raiders, Craig, it's got to be run and have some fun. Coach Borcher's team is the most exciting and plays the most impressive basketball when they push the ball up the floor. They're averaging 63 points per game with a well-balanced scoring attack. I feel Russia really needs to work on the transition and push the ball up the floor the whole game.
All right, those keys of the game sponsored by Keyhole Pizza. Ken and I are going to take a short break for tonight's national anthem. We'll be back with your starting lineups. Russia and Fort Loramie getting set to tip off next on NKTelco Sports.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? NKTelco Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. NKTelco is a global company that is growing with its sights on being a billion-dollar company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at NKTelco Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with NKTelco.
And we'd like to thank tonight's 5-star recruitment sponsor, that is Crown Equipment Corporation. Our MVP sponsors are Clopay and NKTelco Minster. And tonight's Russia game sponsor is Jewelry Barn. Now it's time for our starting lineups, sponsored by Sydney Augley's Audiology. Ken, let's start out with the Fort Loramie Redskins. What do we have for starters?
Fort Loramie Redskins will start 6-foot junior Caleb Maurer, 6-foot senior Ty Ruenkamp, 5'10" junior Aiden Warman, 6'3" senior Lane Filling, and 6'2" junior Isaac Rotterman.
All right, and as the Russia's starting lineup's getting announced, why don't you tell our viewers what we've got for the Raiders?
Starting lineup for Coach Borges and his Russia Raiders: 5'9" junior Zane Shappy, 6'2" sophomore Hayden Quinter, 6' sophomore Braden Monin, 6' junior Xavier Flippo, and 6'3" junior Ben Bowman.
Again, those starting lineups tonight sponsored by Sydney Always Audiology. We'd also like to remind our viewers that tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by First National Bank. All replays are courtesy of Rose Meats, and our timeouts come to you from Precision Strip. This game is the finale of 5 games in 2 nights. Last night you had a couple girls games, JV and a varsity game. Tonight's been a triple header with the boys. So both teams out of center circle. We got Fort Loramie in their road black uniforms and Russia in their home whites. At center circle jumping will be Hayden Quinter for Russia, and for Fort Loramie, it's going to be actually Logan Eimerman will be starting and jumping out in center circle. Actually is playing in place of Lane Frilling, who we announced as one of our starters. So Russia does control the tip, and Zane Shappy will start this Raider offense. Russia in the Fort Loramie in a familiar man-to-man. Ben Bowman quickly takes it to Logan Eimerman. Can't get the shot to go down. Ball knocked around. Hayden Quinter picks it up for the Raiders. And we'll throw it across the half court. No, Russia saves it. Bit of hustle there by Braden Monty. I don't know if Fort Loramie touched that or not, Ken.
No, they didn't. That would have been an over and back call. Good hustle by Braden Monty and a good athletic play there to save that behind the back, and ended up right in Ben Bowman's hands.
Russia rotating the ball around the perimeter. Flippo with it now. I think he started out that Minster game with a three-pointer. Braden Monon's going to try his own three-pointer. That's off the back of the iron. No good. But stick back by Hayden Quinter. That's no good. And this ball looks like it's going to stay with the Raiders.
Craig Russia's had 3 shot attempts already. I talked about rebounding early in the game. Coach Corey Britton calls a quick timeout there and addressing to his team about rebounding, because we're 55 seconds into this game. Russia's got 3 shots and 3 offensive rebounds.
Corey Britton, Coach Britton, very animated in that huddle, took a full timeout, and I think he's spending the entire 60 seconds telling his players what he's going to expect here for the rest of the night.
Well, like I said, the ball was loose a couple times. There's been a couple loose ball scrambles. 3 offensive rebounds for the Raiders. Coach Borcher's team right now just out hustling the Fort Loramie Redskins, but it's still early. We're only 55 seconds into this one, Craig.
Well, while we have just a few seconds, we'll remind our viewers that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replays of this contest will be Wednesday, January 12th at 9 p.m. and Sunday, January 16th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So Russia will inbound it in front of the Redskins bench. Xavier Flippo gets it into Quinter, and an easy layup for Hayden Quinter. Probably not what Coach Britton wanted coming out of timeout.
No, but credit to Coach Borcher's drawing up a nice baseline out of bounds play there, out of a timeout. Getting an easy bucket for the Raiders to start the game off with a 2-0 lead.
Logan and I are going to try to put the Raiders ahead, short on that 3 attempt. Russia with the rebound. Down the floor at the 6:44 mark. Raiders up 2-0. Braden Mono with it, being guarded by Caleb Maurer on top of Quinter, being guarded by Aiden Warman. Tries to get a screen from Shappy. Lobs it down low to Ben Bowman. He's being guarded by Logan Eilerman. Shappy's 3's on the way. That's too long. Fort Loramie with the rebound. And a layup attempt from Lillenkamp is going to be blocked by Quinter, but they're going to call a foul. And Ty Lillenkamp will head to the free throw line for a couple shots. Don't think the student section at Russia agreed with that one.
You know, Craig, on the block shot there, everybody goes to look at the arms, and it was a clean block, but a lot of body underneath, I think, and that's what they called the foul on.
Lillenkamp's first attempt is off the mark. Tyrone Camp, one of 3 seniors on this roster, as Ken said in our pregame, along with Lane Frilling and Austin Kleiman. Lillenkamp's second shot goes down. A lot of these families here have relatives in both towns. Tyrone Camp, of course, had a dad that starred here at Russia once upon a time.
Like I mentioned in the pregame about the rivalry, Craig, a lot of good German blood flows in between these 2 communities. Nothing wrong with a good spouse from Fort Loramie, I can tell you that.
I'll agree with you on that one. So we're at the 6-minute mark. Russia's up 2-1. Zane Shappy trying for a baseline pass to Braden Mon, and that skips out of bounds. So turnover on the Raiders. Fort Loramie going to try to get the lead on this possession.
First turnover of the game for either team.
Aiden Werman, the point guard for the Redskins, hands it off to Ruencamp, who just made the free throw, the last possession. Caleb Maurer now with it. As he gets the ball stolen from Bowman, Braden Mon streaks down the floor from behind. Monen's going to get the basket and the Band-Aid as Monen hits the floor, gets up and gives a little look at Logan Eilerman, who committed the foul.
Great finish there by Monen there after the steal by Bowman. You know, I was surprised with the matchup there. Bowman ended up on Caleb Maurer. I thought a mismatch in favor of the Redskins, but Bowman proved me wrong there and swiped it right away from him. Made a nice lead pass to Monen for the easy layup.
Monen gets the three-point play to put the Raiders up 4 points at the 5:37 mark, 5-1. Army with the ball down the floor again. Ruencamp with it, being guarded by Quinter. Hands it off to Maurer. Ruencamp on the baseline, tries to throw one, turned over by the Redskins. Raiders with the ball. Quinter being guarded by Isaac Ratterman. Quinter gets into the lane, puts the shot up off the glass. It's too hard. Nice rebound by Ratterman. Pulls it down, gets it to Ruencamp. Werman's going to drive, gets stopped by Monen, and Maurer for the three from the corner. That's no good. Rebound though, Fort Loramie. Maurer now trapped in front of the Russia student section on one side and by Bowman and Flip on the other side. Russia knocks it out of bounds.
He didn't have anywhere to go there, did he, Craig?
He was guarded by all kinds of Raiders. Substitutions now for the Raiders as Zane Shappy and Ben Bowman head to the bench. Now entering will be Ross Fissinger, a junior, as well as Braylon Cardonier, a freshman. You'll see Coach Borchers make a lot of substitutions tonight. In the corner, Logan Eilerman is going to take a three for the Redskins, and he buries it. Logan Eilerman puts the Redskins within one, 5-4 at the 4:34 mark. Cardonier with the ball now. He can shoot from behind the arc or from underneath. Very versatile player as Flippo is going to get the three-pointer. We saw Xavier Flippo do that in the Minster game. He does it here in the first quarter against the Redskins.
Xavier's been shooting the ball really well from the outside this year for the Raiders, Craig. No different right there as he touched the nets from about 22 feet out.
Eilerman's going to get blocked on his shot attempt, but they're going to whistle Russia for the foul. And Logan Eilerman to head to the free throw line for a pair. Gets the first one. Substitution for the Redskins as Ty Ruencamp will head to the bench. Now entering is Ethan Kaiser, a 5'11 junior, as well as Isaac Ratterman. He'll head to the bench. And Lane Furling, a 6'3 senior, now on the floor. Ratterman gets the pair. So 8-6 Russia, 3:58 to go here in the first quarter. Hayden Quinter with the ball for the Raiders, being guarded by Aiden Werman. Gets it on top of Fissinger, thinks about a three, drives, looking for a teammate now as he picked up his dribble. Gets to Mon and hands it off to Cardonier. Cardonier working against Kaiser. Flippo now with the ball. He made a three from that same spot a little earlier. Fort Loramie not going to give him that same look on this possession. Flippo kicks it out to Fissinger on top. Over to Flippo, over to Mon in the corner.
You mentioned earlier that Coach Borchers likes to use that bench a lot. Fissinger's been a key part of that, averaging about 7 points a game.
He lets one go there. That's off the iron. No good. Ball knocked around. He's going to pick it up. Aiden Werman finally does for Fort Loramie. Gets it to Kaiser. Back to Werman. Down low to Maurer. She almost with a steal, but number 4 knocks it out of bounds for the Raiders. Fort Loramie will inbound underneath their own basket. Substitution for the Raiders as Ben Bowman will enter for Xavier Flippo and Zane Shappy back in the ball game for Hayden Quinter.
This Russia team, Craig, still extremely young. They've not had a senior on the floor yet tonight. They play a freshman, a couple sophomores, and a multitude of juniors. So very, very young Russia team yet for Borchers.
As Braylon Cardonier is going to get the easy layup for Russia on the steal. Raiders now take a 4-point lead, 10-6, 2:55 to play here in this first quarter. Maurer with it. And you mentioned juniors, Ken, for Fort Loramie. They've got 8 juniors on their roster. Russia with 7, so both teams very junior loaded as Maurer's shot comes up short. Rebound though, Kaiser. Kaiser loses his dribble. It goes out of bounds. Didn't see Ethan Kaiser in the first game at Fort Loramie. One of those guys that's quick to come off the bench. He was injured that first meeting. Good to see him here tonight, though. So Shappy walks the ball across center court. Gives it over to Cadonier.
5.5 minutes into this game, Craig. Rushia's got 10 shots from the floor already. Fort Loramie with just 4.
Coach Britton with that early timeout talking to his Redskins about rebounds and spent most of the timeout very animated as Quinter will come back into the game for Braden Monnon. Now has a seat. Russia with the inbound underneath their own basket. Kissinger with it's going to take the jumper from the corner. That one's short. Ball goes out of bounds. Fort Loramie to get it. Coach Borchers down there pleading his case. And officials do change their mind. So I don't know if that was because of Coach Borchers or
I think the official knew that it was white ball. He was just signaling the wrong direction.
Cadonier with it in the lane, throws up a hook shot. That's no good. Gets his own rebound though. Gets it out to Shappy. Shappy thinks about a 3. Cadonier thinks about a 3, but he decides to drive the lane, throws up a floater, and Braylon Cadonier gets that one to go down. So he's got 4 points, going to try to make it 5. What a first quarter for the freshman.
Yes, he is. He's playing very well. He's playing very aggressive on the offensive glass. Coach Britton called that early timeout just 55 seconds into the game to instruct his team to rebound better, and the Raiders continue to pound the glass right now. I mentioned also the key to the game for the Fort Loramie Redskins is going to be rebounding, and thus far they are not doing that at all. The Raiders have expanded into a 6-point lead here early in the game.
We lost substitutions for the Redskins as Ratterman's back in the game. Rulenkamp's back in the game as he gets that bucket. This bucket there by the senior. And then for the first time we see Darren Eilerman, a 6'1 junior. And Jordan Meyer, who's now in the ball game, a 6'2 senior. He gets that bucket. Russia with a 14-8 lead, 1:40 to go here in the first.
Senior Jordan Meyer wasted no time putting his name in the scorebook there with a nice 12-foot baseline jumper for the Raiders.
Jordan comes into this contest at only 1.6 per game, and a nice three-pointer there from Ty Rulenkamp. He's having some kind of first quarter. He's got 7 alone, 7 of these 11 Fort Loramie points. Raiders with just a 3-point lead here now.
Redskins have turned up the intensity here, particularly on the offensive end of the floor, being a little aggressive and hitting a couple shots. Got themselves back into this really quickly.
So far for the Redskins, just 2 scores. Ty Rulenkamp with 7 and Logan Eilerman with 5. As Russia misses that bucket. Under a minute to play. Redskins going to try to tie this ball game up. Well, Russia, they've had 5 different scores. Ratterman with it now, going to drive baseline as he puts a shot up and almost gets the bucket. Isaac Ratterman going to head to the line, and for Fort Loramie, they've been to that free throw line a number of times this first quarter, Ken.
They're 3 for 4 right now. They'll have 6 attempts here earlier as we enter the end of the first quarter.
Ratterman, the 6'2 junior. First shots off the iron, no good. Substitutions now as Braden Mon and Xavier Flippo back in the game. And for the first time for the Redskins, we see number 34, Ryan Holscher, a 5'11 junior. Ratterman's second free throw is good. And the Redskins within just one, 14-13 at 40 seconds. Shappy with it across half court, being guarded by Holscher. Gets it to Braylon Cadonier. Hands it off to Flippo. Jordan Meyer's going to drive in the lane, make a move to the bucket. That shot is blocked by Ty Rulenkamp. Rulenkamp gets it with 23 seconds. Redskins going to try to take the lead. Rulenkamp takes a 3 and he buries it. So Ty Rulenkamp continuing to have a great first quarter. He's got 10. And the Redskins with a 2-point lead, 9 seconds to go. Zane Shappy with the ball, gets into the lane, looking for a teammate, finds Flippo. Flippo going to get fouled by Isaac Ratterman.
I believe the score should be 15-14, Fort Loramie. Scoreboard got 16-14.
I thought that was the case, but you're right, Ken. It's got Fort Loramie with 16 and the Russia Raiders with 14. So with 3.1 seconds left, Xavier Flippo is going to inbound it, throws up a lob to Braden Mon, and he puts the shot down at the buzzer. And the scoreboard says it's tied up. Ken, you think it's 16-15 Russia?
I think it is, but what an exciting first quarter there.
We'll figure it out after the break. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to high school basketball here on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
And after 8 minutes of play, the scorekeeper is correct. It is 16-all Russia Fort Loramie. And for the Redskins, they're being led right now by Tyrone Camp with 10 points in that quarter. Logan Eilerman had 5, and Isaac Ratterman with a free throw. For the Russia Raiders, they're being led by Braden Monin with 5. It's Braylon Kadanya with 4, Xavier Flippo with 3, and 2 each for Jordan Meyer and Hayden Quinter.
Craig, first quarter stats, Russia 7 for 17 from the field for 41%. They were 1 for 2 from the free throw line. They turned it over twice. The Redskins just 8 shot attempts. They hit 4 of them for 50%, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. They had 4 turnovers. Exciting first quarter there of action. I think Coach Corey Britton's got to be extremely happy with that score after one quarter, because technically when you look down it from a rebounding and a hustle perspective, I thought the Raiders outplayed the Redskins, but the Redskins on the scoreboard are even. So here we go for the second quarter, and it's going to be a fun night.
Hot shooting of Tyrone Camp with a couple three-pointers and 10 points in all in that quarter really kept the Redskins in it. Maurer's going to take a 3 of his own off the back of the iron, no good. Ratterman wrestling with a rebound, Flippo, and behind Darren Eilerman's trying to get in on the fun. A couple officials will meet there. We talk about, they're going to call a jump ball. Flippo gives the ball to the official.
The Russia's ball on the possession. I think the Russia fans and Xavier Flippo wanted a foul there, but referee's seen it as a jump ball.
For Fort Loramie, Aiden Worman back into the ball game as Ryan Holschel will head to the bench. 16-all here in the second quarter, just getting started. Flippo gets it down low to Kadanya. He's going to put it off the glass and good. Braylon Kadanya with 6 points. Freshman
playing well.
Having a good game so far, you're right. Ruenkamp picks up his dribble, and he's going to get whistled for dragging that pivot foot. So turnover for the Redskins. Big night here tonight, Ken, after all these ball games are over. Going to drop a bunch of balls from the ceiling.
Yeah, the annual ball drop here in Russia for the athletic boosters. It's always a lot of fun. See who the lucky winner is tonight. Chance to win up to $10,000. I don't know if the pot got that high or not.
I saw the money was being just handed out as I walked in here tonight to the athletic boosters. Another Russia foul as Isaac Ratterman will head to the free throw line for the Raiders. That's going to be their 15th team foul versus just 3 for Fort Loramie. Foul's going to go on Zane Shappy. Isaac Ratterman, he's got 1 free throw so far tonight. Now has 2. Substitution for Russia as Hayden Quinter will replace Braylon Kadanya. And Ross Fissinger replacing Zane Chappie. Bradley with one more opportunity to try to knot this ball game back up at 18 all. Second one's too hard. Ball knocked around. Flippo gets it, hands it off to Quinter. Not unusual, Ken, to see man defense from both these teams.
No, it's not. Both teams have, over the years, have played a lot of man-to-man defense.
Werman's going to take the three. He gets that to drop. Aiden Werman gets the Redskins up 2 points now, 20-18.
Craig, Fort Loramie's got more field goals tonight in a quarter and 2 minutes than they had in the whole last game when these two teams got together back in early November.
Maurer still having a tough time behind that arc. I think he's 0 for 3 from back there as Coach Borchers will take a precision strip timeout. We'll take one with him. Fort Loramie leads Russia 20-18.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Crown Equipment Corporation, Grand Lake Health.
We want to remind our viewers that Ken and I will be coming up at halftime with the Wagner's IGA halftime report. You want to listen to that for all the numbers as well as our thoughts on the SCAL race so far this season at about the halfway point. Also want to let you know that you can follow WCSM AM 1350, 96.7 FM, and their internet exclusive games on WCSMradio.com all season, your sports leader in Mercer and Allglaze counties. So coming out of that precision strip timeout called by Coach Dave Borchers.
Fort Loramie has really played well here, Craig. They've really shot well the last 6 or 7 minutes of this contest, getting themselves back into this game. You know, Russia had the ball, 6-point lead with the ball. Wasn't that long ago. Now the Redskins have outscored the Raiders 10-2 here to catch back up.
Monon's going to take a three. Yeah, Braden Monon gets the Russia Raiders back up by 1 point with that three-pointer for Monon. He's having a good first half with 8 points. Russia up 21-20 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Lane Furling with it. Gets it over to Werman. Werman cross-court pass to Kaiser. Camp down to Werman. Werman guarded by Fisker's going to drive baseline. Stopped by a couple Raiders. Back on top. Camp's going to take the three. He's been hot back there. That one rattles around. No good. Good rebound by Braylon Kadani, who's going down to the floor, able to get rid of that ball. Flippo trying to put it up off the glass, and he gets fouled. Xavier Flippo heading to the free throw line. Flippo actually 5th on this team in scoring at 8.5 per game. Got that three-pointer in the first quarter. Going to try to add a couple free throws here. You wonder who's leading the Raiders. It's Hayden Quinter at 11.8. Flippo gets the first to go down. Substitution as Darren Eilerman will head to the bench. Isaac Ratterman in. And Caleb Maurer in for Ty Ruenkamp.
Craig, interesting stat here. The Redskins have attempted 12 field goals for the entire game. 9 of them have been three-pointers. They've connected on 4.
Flippo gets the pair. It's the Raiders up 23-20 at the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Maurer gets it over to Werman. Loramie looking for a teammate. Gets picked up by a couple Raiders. Gets it over to Ratterman. Ratterman picks up his dribble. Kicks it back out to Worman. As Kaiser's pass to Ratterman goes off his hands and into the Russia bench. Be a turnover on the Redskins. Aiden Quinter calls out the play for the Raiders. Gets it over to Flippo. Flippo working with it against Ratterman. Gets it over to Braylon Cadonner. He's being guarded by Caleb Maurer. Into the corner. Quinter's got it. Gets it down low to Cadonner, whose shot's blocked, but no, they're going to whistle Fort Loramie for the foul.
Cadonner will go to the line shooting 2.
I really like the play of Braylon Cadonner. He's got 6 points tonight, Ken, but more than that, he's being aggressive, taking it to the basket, playing good defense. Saw him just pull down a big rebound there for the Raiders.
I've seen him play 3 or 4 games this year now, Craig, and by far the most aggressive I've seen him play. But there was a big jump from 8th grade to varsity basketball.
Yeah.
He's starting to get a little more comfortable out there. He's got the size. He's got the build for it. He's definitely got the athleticism. So he's showing he's earning his time right now, and he deserves to be out there on the floor. He's had himself a really nice first half.
Braylon with only 2 points in that Minster contest that we called on Tuesday, but prior to that in the Covington Holiday Tournament had 10 points in that final game. Russia with a 24-20 lead. After Cadonner hit 1 of 2.
Ross Fissinger for the Raiders doing a very nice job guarding Caleb Maurer. He's a tough guy to defend. He gets to the basket well, and Fissinger's doing very well.
Yeah, Maurer probably considered the best player on the Redskins roster. Cadonner shots blocked this time. Stick back though, no good. That one goes down. Ken, I'm not sure you got that basket.
Better than Quinter. We're going to give it to Quinter.
Ball knocked around as Maurer's going to put up a shot that short. Braden Monson picks up the ball. Russia with a 6-point lead, 26-20, 3:33 to go here in the half.
Great hustle by both teams to get back on the floor on that steal by Cadonner. The layup attempt was blocked. Quinter was there to finish it off.
Quinter shots off the iron, no good. Rebound, Ryan Holscher. Coach Britton down there has a card that he's looking at, Ken, that he calls some of his plays from. Loramie trying to run somewhat of a weave, looks like right now. Maurer gets it on top to Holscher. Holscher's going to drive. Jump shot by him, short. Cadonner with another rebound as Ratterman gets wrapped around Cadonner. They're going to call a jump ball. And substitutions for Russia as Bowman and Shappy back in the ball game. Tyrone Camp into the game for the Redskins. And entering the game for the first time for the Raiders will be 6'1" senior Patrick Bowman. Fort Loramie with the ball down 6. Maurer with it in the lane, trying to get it to Ratterman. He does. And he gets the shot up and off the glass. Isaac Ratterman, who only had 2 free throws up to this point, gets his first field goal. He's got 4. Redskins within 4.
Raiders took Fissinger out of the game there, who had been guarding Maurer, and they stick Braden Monson on him, who is another extremely good defender for the Raiders. So Maurer gets on it much tonight. He's going to have to earn him, Craig.
As I said, Caleb Maurer, typically the best offensive player on this team. Not yet scored in the ball game. Foul called on the Redskins. That's going to be their 6th team foul. Russia with 5 team fouls. And entering for Russia is Xavier Flippo back on the floor replacing Cadonner. And for the Redskins, they'll send back out Darren Eilerman, who replaces Lane Frilling.
Both teams really playing hard, Greg. Very aggressive basketball.
Well, I don't want to take anything away from Russia or from Minster, but, compared to that game Tuesday night, still a very good game. 2 communities that play hard basketball, but you can just tell it's just there's a little bit more emotion in this one between the Redskins and the Raiders.
Like we mentioned earlier, enjoy the rivalry game when these two schools get together. And being Shelby County League foes, there's typically no secrets between the two teams. They play each other twice throughout the regular season. Sometimes they match up a third time in the tournament. As Xavier Flippo cans the first of 1-1.
Flippo now with 6 points, 3 of those coming from the charity stripe. All 3 in this second quarter. Put a 3-pointer back in the first quarter. Next one from Flippo rattles out, no good, but Ben Bowman with a nice rebound. Patrick Bowman now with it, and ball is stolen by Ty Ruhnkamp as Maurer takes Shappy to the floor. He's going to get whistled for the foul as Flippo helps him up.
I don't think Caleb Maurer agreed with the call there, Craig, but I got to agree with the official on that one.
He didn't have much of an argument.
Up.
Didn't have much of an argument on that one.
Good hustle by Shappy to get down the floor. Another offensive rebound for the Raiders on that missed free throw as Ben Bowman worked his way into the paint and grabbed the offensive board. We've seen the last couple games that Rushie's played, Craig. The Rushie Raiders have just dominated the other team on the rebounding statistics, and tonight's no exception.
That was very evident on Tuesday when we called that Minster game, and doing it again here tonight. Shappy's free throw is good. Ben Shappy, a very good free throw shooter. That's his first point of the game. Shappy, the only other player in double figures on this team, averaging 10 per game. Quinter, the other one, as I said earlier, at 11.8. Shappy was a similar thing happened on Tuesday night against Minster. I forget, he was only had a couple points, I believe, in the first half, but really went off in that third quarter. So Rushie with a 29-22 lead, minute 55 to go as Caleb Maurer walks across the half court. Gets it over to Ruhnkamp, being guarded by Kadanya. Maurer with it once again, trying to get something going for the juniors. He throws it up off the glass, and he gets fouled ahead to the line for a couple.
Caleb Maurer, fine offensive player, Craig. He hasn't showed it against the Rushie Raiders yet this year, but he's got it in him. Sometimes all it takes is a couple free throws to get him going.
And you got to remember, too, that this Fort Loramie team hasn't played in over 2 weeks. It was December 23rd when they last played.
He had a long break there.
And we'll get a 30-second timeout. We'll take one real quick, too. Again, Rushie leading Fort Loramie 29-23. I want to thank tonight's game sponsor, Jewelry Barn from Rushie, and their owner, Jolene Renderly. Been a part of this community for a lot of years, and thank her for her support of NKTelco Sports and Rushie basketball. So Maurer taking the second of 2 free throws, gets that one to go as well. And Redskins now get within 5, 29-24, a minute and a half to play here before halftime. Jordan Meyer with it for the Raiders, being guarded by Maurer on top to Flippo to Bowman. Get a whistle down low.
Off the ball foul there on Fort Loramie again. Away from the ball. It's like Xavier Flippo back to the free throw line, Craig, again.
Flippo with 3 from the charity stripe here in the second quarter. And Flippo makes good on his first attempt. Try to do it one more time.
This is the Raiders' 10th free throw attempt of the second quarter. It's a lot of free throws, Craig.
Yes, it was. And Flippo now with 5 free throws in this quarter as he comes out, and last minute and a half will be subbed for by Ross Fissinger.
Raiders 8 for 10 in the quarter, 9 for 12 for the game from the free throw line.
That's got to make a coach happy. Gorman with it now, gets it over to Maurer. Trying to get a screen from Rademan, doesn't use it, gets it on top of Frilling, over to Werman. Werman on top to Rademan. A minute to go, and going to get a double dribble, so a turnover on the Redskins. It kind of looked like maybe they were holding for the last shot, or at least looking for a good shot with 1:03 to go. And
they were, when the ball came over to Rademan there, he had to stop the errant pass with one hand and went to the ground with it for the dribble and inadvertently took the double dribble. Another turnover for the Redskins. That is their 11th of the game. Raiders with just 4 turnovers.
46 seconds to go now. Bowman with the ball, being guarded by Isaac Rademan. Gets it on top of Cadonier. Cadonier being guarded by Frilling. Over to Fissinger in the corner to Mon. And Mon's going to take a 3. That's an air ball. Too long, but rebound. Cadonier throws it up, and Bowman, and Ben Bowman gets his shot to go down. He will head to the free throw line at the 33-second mark. Ken, that's what you want to do before halftime.
That's right, and great hustle there by Braylon Cadonier. We talked about how well he's played here in the first half for the Raiders. He got another offensive rebound for Russia. Made a great dish to Ben Bowman, who finished it at the hoop. Chance for a 3-point play.
And Bowman's free throw is too strong, but with 30 seconds, Fort Army's going to get the ball, trailing by 7. Werman with it, gets it over to Rademan. Back to Werman. Werman's going to drive. 19 seconds to go. Furley's going to take a 3. That's off the iron, no good. But rebound, Ruenkamp. Redskins almost turn it over. Furley's going to try it again. That's off the glass, no good. Nice rebound by Cadonier with 6 seconds to it. Get across the half court. He's streaking. Gets in the corner. Cadonier's going to take one at the horn. It's off the back of the iron, no good. And with that, Russia will take the 33-24 lead into the halftime break. Ken and I will come back with your Wagner's IGA halftime report. Stick around for that. You're listening to high school boys basketball here on NKTelco Sports.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Loramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
It's halftime here at Russia Local Schools in the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium for this SCAL battle between the visiting Fort Loramie Redskins and the hometown Russia Raiders. Our halftime score is Russia 33, Fort Loramie 24. Prior to this contest, we had a freshman game, and in that one, Russia won by the final of 51-23, and then there was also a junior varsity game, and Russia won that one as well, 57-34. Now let's look at some halftime numbers here in the varsity contest, sponsored by Wagner's IGA. And we'll go over the quarter scores first. After one quarter of play, it was all knotted up at 16 each. And then in the second quarter, Russia with the advantage on that one, 17-8. And again, the halftime score 33-24. For the Raiders, they're being led right now by Braden Monin with 8 points and Xavier Flippo with 8 points. Xavier Flippo, 5 of those points, all from the free throw line in the second quarter. Next, it's Braylon Cadonier, the freshman, who's been playing an excellent first half. He had 7 points. With 4 points, it's Hayden Quinter. And with 2 points, 3 different Raiders, Zane Shappy and Jordan Meyer and Ben Bowman. So 7 different Raiders scored. Again, Braden Monin with 8 points, Xavier Flippo with 8 points, Braylon Cadonier with 7. It's 4 for Hayden Quinter, 2 each for Zane Shappy, Jordan Meyer, and Ben Bowman. For the Redskins, they've had 5 different scores. Ty Ruhnkamp leading them all with 10 points. All 10 of those scored in the first quarter alone. Next, you got Logan Island with 5, all of his points coming in the first quarter. Then it's Isaac Ratterman with 4, Aiden Worman with 3, and Caleb Maurer with 2. Both of those points coming from the free throw line. Again, Ty Ruhnkamp with 10 points, Logan Island with 5, Isaac Ratterman with 3, Aiden Worman with 3, and Caleb Maurer with 2. Ken, what kind of numbers do you have?
For the leading Russia Raiders right now at halftime, they're 11 for 28 from the field, 39%. They're 9 for 13 from the free throw line, or 69%. Coach Borchers has to be extremely happy with this statistic. They've only turned the ball over 4 times. So the Raiders are getting a lot of shot attempts off, getting a lot of free throws, getting a lot of chances to score the basket, and only 4 turnovers. For the Fort Loramie Redskins, they are 6 for 16 from the field for 38%. They've committed 11 turnovers on the night, and they are 7 for 10 from the free throw line for 70%. So halftime score 33 for Russia, 24 for Fort Loramie. Talked a little bit about the keys to the game before it started. Russia wanted to play that up-tempo, have some fun and run and with the ball, and they're doing just that, Craig. They're on pace to hit that 63-point average again tonight, and the higher scoring game, the better for the Raiders. Fort Loramie, we talked about that they were going to have to rebound the ball well, and unfortunately for Coach Britton and the Redskins, they have not done that so far, and that is reminiscent of the 9-point deficit they currently face at the half, because Russia Raiders definitely getting their hand on the majority of the rebounds tonight, and Coach Britton at the halftime break has to be preaching to his kids right now. We've got to rebound the basketball. We've got to get second chance opportunities. We've got to limit our turnovers.
Well, and Coach Britton, in that first quarter, we talked about it earlier, he calls that early timeout and spends all 60 seconds of that timeout basically yelling at his kids, hey, you need to get tougher, you need to crash the boards harder. And what a quarter he got from both Ty Ruhnkamp and with 10 points and Logan Island with 5 points. Those two guys combined for 15 of those 16 first quarter points. They tie Russia up, but those two held scoreless in the second quarter, so really Russia really knocks up the defense in those two.
They did, and coming into the game, the Raiders' main focus had to be Caleb Maurer, who the first game between these two teams on opening night back in November, we talked about earlier, he was actually scoreless in that game, but he's put up some big numbers this year. Tonight, Craig, the Raiders have held him to 2 points, 0 field goals, and that's mainly due to the defensive effort of Ross Fissinger and Braylon Monin, both who are doing a tremendous job guarding the high-scoring Caleb Maurer from Fort Loramie.
And let's talk about some individual performances on offensively, at least for Russia. And they're being led right now by Xavier Flippo and Braden Monin with 8 points each. Braden, not uncharacteristic for him to have big nights. We've seen him do that before. His season high was 16 points. Did that on game 2 of the season. Xavier Flippo, another guy that is capable of having big games as well. His season high is 14 during the Anna game, but Xavier Flippo really getting it done for Russia in the second quarter from the free throw line. 5 made free throws on top of a couple by Zane Shappy, one by Braylon Cadonier, but Xavier Flippo part of that success from the line right now.
Yes, he has, and the reason he's going to that free throw line so much, Craig, is because of the hustle that he is showing on both ends of the floor. He's drawing a lot of fouls, he's going to the basket, and most importantly, he's rebounding the ball. And the Redskins have had a tough time containing his the way he plays. He's got a nose for the basketball. He's in the right spot at the right time, thus drawing himself a lot of fouls. And he's been living at that free throw line tonight.
And one more individual performer, and I can't help but mention Braylon Cadonier, who has 7 points, and just a point below Monin and Flippo there, but. What a job by the freshman.
Freshman came in tonight, Craig. This has been his best first half of basketball he's had all year. He just got moved up varsity full time, probably three or 4 games ago, and he's definitely shown that he belongs tonight. He had a tremendous first half there, a lot of rebounds, took the ball to the basket very well, finished at the hoop very aggressively, and again is playing tremendous defense. And he's got 6 rebounds to go with his efforts.
All right, all those game stats were sponsored by Wagner's IGA. We also want to remind our viewers not to miss our game wrap-up after tonight's contest is over, where we will have the final stats courtesy of Wagner's IGA once again, as well as our NKTelco player of the game. And while we have an opportunity, we want to recognize the varsity cheerleaders quickly. For Russia, varsity cheerleaders are Jillian Chapman, Emma Daypour, Abby Fisher, McKenna Hoyne, Gracie McLennan, Anna Meyer, and Mackenzie Rose. Junior varsity cheerleaders for the Raiders are Samantha Bell, Alexandria Garkey, Brooklyn Klosterman, Callie Lloyd, Grace Monin, Ella Flippo, and Abby Sherman. Hopefully you got to see a little bit of that halftime performance. Did a very good job, and their advisor is, of course, the longtime Brandy Flippo. And next for Fort Loramie varsity cheerleaders are Sierra Blumenstock, Riley Clooney, Lillian Eilerman, Jessica Fishkelta. The JV cheerleaders are Johanna Meyer, Sydney Blumenstock, Alexandria Eilerman, Emma Quinter, Anna Ruhlkamp, and Audrey Rassman. Their cheer coach is Whitney King. Ken, I got to ask you quickly about the SCAL standings. Right now, if you look at them, you got Botkins in first at 5-0. Fort Loramie and Jackson Center sitting in that second spot at 4-2. Russia at 3-2. Anna at 3-3. Fairlawn at 1-5, and Houston still looking for the first win. Boy, those top 5 teams, you got to still figure they a lot of parity, I would say 2 through 5. But the Botkins Trojans, they're going to be tough to knock off this season.
You know, Craig, they're the defending state champions. They're 5-0. They're 9-1 overall. They're off to a tremendous start again this year. And when we looked at the Shelby County League race before the season started, you and I talked about it, and we thought, well, Botkins is definitely going to be the team to beat. Then you're going to have about 4 schools there between Fort Loramie, Jackson, Russia, and Anna, that on any given night, those 4 schools could beat each other. And it has proven to be just that, the way it's happened so far in the first round of the Shelby County Athletic League. And then we figured Fairlawn and Houston would be bringing up the 6th and 7th spots. So a lot of parity in the middle of the Shelby County League this year, and it's proven to be that way.
A quick update on a big game going on tonight. Speaking of Botkins, they're playing at Jackson Center at halftime. It's Jackson Center 20, Botkins 19. And via Twitter, Jamison Meyer hit a shot at the buzzer and giving the Trojans the lead.
He's got all their points. Jamison Meyer has all 19 of the Botkins points. I don't know if I believe that statistic, but it's what it says.
All right, we're underway here in this second half, and for Russia, they'll get things started with a Hayden Quinter 3. Goes off the iron. Long rebound goes to Shappy. Shappy gets whistled for a travel. For the Raiders, they will start the same 5 guys they started at the beginning of this game, and Xavier Flippo, Hayden Quinter, Ben Bowman, Braden Monin, and Zane Shappy. For the Fort Loramie Redskins, they will go with Ty Ruhlkamp, Aiden Werman, Logan Eilerman, Caleb Maurer, and Isaac Ratterman. So again, Russia with the 33-24 lead as the second half is underway. Russia with a turnover on their first possession. Redskins now with it as Werman kicks it out to Eilerman. Logan Eilerman had 5 points in that first quarter. Held scoreless in the second. See if he can get things notched back up here again in the second half of play. Skip pass over to Werman. Werman down low. And off the leg of Ty Ruhnkamp goes out of bounds. So turnovers for both teams to start out the second half of play.
Russia also that first possession had an offensive rebound, which I'm sure Coach Britton wasn't happy about that to start the half.
Quinter gets the ball stripped from him by Aiden Werman. Maurer now with it, driving for the Redskins, gets in the lane, spin dribble, puts up the floater, and a nice shot by Caleb Maurer, who gets his first field goal of the game. He now has 4 points.
I mentioned earlier, Craig, you got a good player like that, you send him to the free throw line once. That's all it takes maybe to get him going.
Shappy hands it off to Quinter. Quinter's going to try again in the lane, gets into traffic and throws it off. Thought he threw it off a Redskin, but the official says nope. Last person to touch was the sophomore, Quinter.
3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Raiders to start the second half. Not what Coach Borchers and the Russia faithful wanted to see coming out.
Fort Lauderdale trailing by 7, trying to get back in this game. Radaman goes to the floor and trying to get it to a teammate, but nice hustle there by Braden Mon, who picks up Shappy with a Euro step. Ball knocked out by Werman, who's out of bounds, so Russia to inbound underneath their own basket.
You know, Craig, Russia's got some freshmen and sophomores out there, but they sure don't play like freshmen and sophomores. They play really, really physical. They play good, hard basketball.
For Xavier Flippo's played every game in his high school career on the varsity. Started out his first contest against the Jackson Center Tigers, playing against Aiden Reichert as Shappy's three is no good. Rebound Radaman. Zane Shappy came up to the varsity a couple games into his freshman season. So yeah, those guys as juniors now played a lot of varsity games. Braden Mon, another one as a sophomore, and Hayden Quinter out there playing.
Also just a sophomore.
All varsity for them as Radaman puts it up off the glass, rolls off, no good. Ball knocked out. And it's going to go to Russia as the Redskin crowd doesn't approve. See if they can get this reversed. Not going to happen. Substitution for Russia as Braylon Cadania, who had the hot first half for Russia with 7 points, goes in the ball game for Flippo. He inbounds it to Shappy. Russia with the ball now. Mana working against Maurer. Over to Cadania, being guarded by Eilerman. On top of the corner, he's being guarded by Ruhnkamp. Bowman now with it at the free throw line. Kicks out to Shappy. Cadania working down low there against Eilerman. And nice pass by Shappy. A turnaround move by Bowman up and off the glass. And for Ben Bowman, a nice move there on Isaac Radaman.
Yes, it was. Ben Bowman with a nice feed from Shappy and did a nice little spin dribble post move and laid it in over the top of Isaac Radaman. Nice finish and a big bucket for the Raiders. They were on a little dry spell there. They needed a bucket.
Ruhnkamp shot blocked by Quinter, but he gets his own ejection and puts it back up. Ty Ruhnkamp now with 12. Cadania with it now, gets into the lane, kicks it out, tries to kick it out. Turnover by the Raiders. Werman with it for the Redskins, put it up off the glass. That's no good. Ball knocked around. Bowman picks it up, gets the outlet to Shappy. He's going to get an easy layup on that one. Zane Shappy with the bucket. He now has 4. Russia with a 37-28 lead on the First National Bank scoreboard. 4:17 to go here in this third quarter. Loramie trying to not let that lead expand anymore. Werman drives, gets it a nice pass to Ty Ruhnkamp, and a nice move there by Aiden Werman. He got double teamed by a couple Raiders, found the open man.
Yes, he did. Tremendous move there. Redskins offensively attacking the basket here much better here the second half. I think we've got a scoreboard malfunction this time, Craig.
Well, the Raiders are showing on the scoreboard the 39-28 lead. Is that the problem?
Should be 36-30. I believe they might have gave that last bucket to Fort Loramie there.
That's what I've got, Ken, as well, 36-30.
Surprised nobody from Fort Loramie's caught that yet, but need Jody Seger down there. She'll figure it out.
Well, we've got Ben Bowman with 2, and Zane Shappy with 2, so 37-30 is what I've got. She misses the shot, and I think the scoreboard's right now, Ken.
Yeah, it is.
37-30, 3:22 to play. As Maurer's going to take a three, and before the shot, there's a whistle. Is that bucket going to count?
Bucket's going to be good. 3-point basket by Maurer, and we got a away from the ball foul on the Redskins. But the bucket's going to count, Craig, and this Russia Raider lead is now down to 4 points, 37-33. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the third period.
Russia now with the ball. Shappy gets in the corner to Monin. Monin being guarded by Maurer. Dribbles it out on top to Shappy again. Flippo trying to get it down low to Cadonier. And Cadonier, that's a tough matchup for him down there with Logan Ireland. He's a stronger player as a junior.
Raiders being very patient on the offensive end. Trying to work the high-low between Cadonier and Flippo. Redskins constantly changing on the defensive side there between the two. And finally a foul called on the Redskins.
Now we go to Isaac Ratterman as Kaiser and Darren Hireman come back into the game. Tyrone Camp along with Ratterman head to the bench. For Russia, Zane Shappy will head to the bench. On the floor for the Raiders, Pointer, Fissinger, Cadonier, Monin, and Flippo. Russia with a 4-point lead, 37-33, 2:30 to go in this third quarter. Flippo with it now. Right into the lane, puts it the floater, and they're not going to allow that shot. They're going to instead whistle the foul on the Redskins.
On the drive before the shot, Raiders ball baseline out of bounds. Greg, Raiders have had the ball for a long time on this possession, being very patient. Fort Loramie playing a very aggressive man-to-man defense. And Russia doing a fine job of taking care of the basketball.
And Flippo trying to get it down low to Cadonier, decides to dribble it out, now working against Kaiser. Fort Loramie with 3 team fouls, Russia with none so far in the second half. As Braden Monin sets up the Russia offense once again, as Ken said, being very patient. Nice lob down low to Bowman, who puts it off the glass, gets fouled by Maurer, but he's going to head to the free throw line for a couple.
Greg, the Raiders ran that high-low. They were very determined to get the ball down inside, and eventually did it. They showed great patience, eventually getting the ball down low to Bowman, who will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Ben Bowman struggled a little bit at the line tonight for the Raiders. Greencamp will come in for Werman. And Fort Loramie getting in a little bit of foul trouble now with 14 fouls. Again, Russia with none. Bowman's second one's on the way and gets that flat-looking free throw to go down. Ben Bowman now with 5 points. Russia gets their lead back up to 5 as Greencamp's three is no good. I think Bowman's going to get whistled for the foul this time. As you get the sarcastic cheer from the Redskin faithful.
6 minutes into the third quarter, Russia picks up their first team foul. Redskins only got 4, so just not a whole lot of fouls being called here in this third quarter. The first half, we had a lot of fouls.
A couple of our officials down there, James Johnson along with Tim Rossi, always do a good job.
That's right.
Maurer inbound underneath the Redskins basket. Greencamp with it. Minute 56 to play here in the third. Russia with a 5-point lead. Maurer with it once again, being guarded by Mon. Gets a screen from Eilerman, doesn't use it. On top once again to Maurer. Maurer, a 6-foot junior, had 14 points in that win against Houston all the way back on December 23rd, their last game.
Russia's lead stays at 5, 38-33, Craig. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter.
As Eilerman almost loses his dribble. Redskins on the floor with it. Raiders on the floor with it. A pile up, and we're going to get a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Redskins.
Redskin coach Corey Bretton well out onto the court, Craig. Not yelling at any officials or anything. He's just thrown out by the volleyball court.
I saw Coach Bremengen last night in the girls game do a similar type of thing. I thought maybe he was going to get talked to by the official, but as the official got closer to him, Coach Remington got closer to the bench. Loramie being patient with the ball, just like Russia was on their last possession. Maurer with it, going to take a jumper from the free throw line. That one rolls around softly off the stick back, no good. And Rosencamp's going to get fouled on his shot attempt. He'll head to the free throw line. For this game, the finale of 5 games, and if you want to know how they've all went down here the last 2 nights, in the JV girls game on Thursday night, Russia won that one, and in the varsity game between state-ranked number 1 Fort Loramie and state-ranked number 4 Russia, the Fort Loramie Redskins won by 22 points. And earlier tonight we had a freshman boys game, and that one Russia won that, as well as the JV game. Russia won that one too. So this finale again of 5 games, as Rosenkamp gets 1 of 2 to go down. He now has 15 points to lead all scorers tonight. So Russia going to get the ball with under a minute to play. A 4-point lead, 38-34.
Russia had 33 points first half, Craig. They just got 5 here in the third quarter as we start to wind down the third quarter.
3 by Bowman, 1 by Shappy. Kadanga whistle for the travel on his post move. Made the bucket, but that's not going to count after the Raider turnover.
Nice move in the post there. Official thought he shuffled the feet a little bit.
So Fort Loramie can make this a 1-possession game if they can get a bucket to go down here before the third quarter is over. 30 seconds to go. Kaiser gets over to Darren Eilerman. Darren Eilerman and Logan Eilerman, if you're wondering, not brothers, first cousins. As Bowman just rips the ball out of Eilerman's hand, so Lucy's going to get it with 20 seconds. Quinter decides to back it up, gets it on top to Flipper with 15 seconds, hands it off to Quinter. Lucy going to hold for the last shot as Quinter now at the center circle, 7 seconds, working against Rosenkamp, and turns that one over, filling with it across the half court with 2 seconds. Almost a long return of balls tipped into the bench, and that will do it. And after 3 quarters of play on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, it's Lucy 38, Fort Loramie 34.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
And we'd like to thank tonight's game sponsors. Our 5-star recruitment sponsor is Crown Equipment Corporation. MVP sponsors are Clopay and Nedick Minster. The scoreboard sponsored by First National Bank. Our pregame keys to the game came to you from Keyhole Pizza. Replays are sponsored by Winners Meats. Starting lineups brought to you by Sydney Allglaze Audiology. Timeouts all courtesy of Precision Strip. Stats and recap sponsored by Wagner's IGA. Our Russia game sponsor is Jewelry Barn, and tonight's player of the game will come to you from NKTelco. Ken, that third quarter of play, Russia still with a 4-point lead, but got outscored 10-5.
Yes, they did. You know, Russia only attempted 6 field goals that whole third quarter. They were 2 for 6, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. They turned it over 7 times that quarter. So Raiders got to get more shot attempts off. The Fort Loramie Redskins have clawed themselves back into this game. Craig, right now the Raiders are 13 for 34 for 38%. The Redskins are 10 for 26, likewise 38%.
And Ben Bowman will start out this fourth quarter of play getting fouled down low on the pass from Fissinger, who's now in the ball game. Bowman will head back to the free throw line where he's hit 1 there tonight. He has 5 points in the game.
Russia has 10 turnovers in the game, Craig, and Fort Loramie has 14.
6'3" junior can't get that first one to go down. Does get another opportunity on the scoreboard. the Fort Laramie Redskins with 5 team fouls, Russia with 2. Bowman's second one is short. Rebound Ratterman. Russia not able to cash in on the opportunity from the free throw line. Warman to bring it up across the court. Center court, that is. Gets it over to Ratterman. Over to Ruenkamp. Ruenkamp now working with it. Hands it off to Maurer. Trying to get a screen from Ratterman. Nice job by Russia picking that up. And Isaac Ratterman was open down low. A nice hustle from Ben Bowman, who was beyond the arc can, ran down to the block and knocked that ball out of bounds.
Yes, he was. Ruenkamp a little late seeing the open Redskin teammate down there. When he finally did find him, Ben Bowman recovered nicely.
Eilerman with it in the lane, going against Flippo. Kicks it out to Worman, who drives baseline. He gets stopped, gets it over to Eilerman. Ruenkamp working with it now against Flippo. Ruenkamp with 15 points in the game. So far, the high score.
Raiders defense playing very tight here as well. Both teams have really turned the defense up the second half.
After 1 minute of play in this fourth quarter, neither team to score yet. And Ratterman's going to change that as he gets the layup. Isaac Ratterman now has 6, and the Redskins are within 2, 38-36. As the Redskin crowd gets fired up about that. Down low to Bowman once again. His shot's no good. Nice defense there by Ty Ruenkamp. He was able to dislodge that ball from Bowman's grip, and Coach Borchers is going to call a timeout. We'll stay right here and remind our viewers that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball games on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replays of this Russia Fort Laramie game will be Wednesday, January 12th at 9 p.m. and Sunday, January 16th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports.
But, interesting timeout there called by Coach Corey Breton. His team cut it to 2 points. They were coming down with a chance to tie or possibly take the lead. Must have seen something he wanted to set up here. This critical possession here. A lot of time left to go in the game. Over 6 minutes left to go. The Redskins currently with 3 timeouts left, and the Raiders likewise. Each team with 3 timeouts left.
The first time these two teams played way back in November, the first game of the season for both. Russia won that one 36-22. Army trying to even up the series, and Russia trying to get the regular season sweep as Ruenkamp gets it out to Eilerman. He's going to take a 3 for the lead. That's no good. Russia with a rebound, and Russia turns it over now as Ratterman picks up the ball, gives it to Ruenkamp, and Maurer's going to try to get the lead. He does. Caleb Maurer hits the 3 and gives Fort Laramie the lead as he throws a fist in the air. Maurer having some kind of second half with 8 points. He now has 10. Flippo's going to try to get a 3. How about that, 10? Back-to-back threes by both teams.
The Redskins, I believe, took their first lead of the game right there at 39-38. They only had the lead for about 10 seconds, and Flippo took it right back from them.
And Fissinger's going to pick up the foul on Aiden Worman.
We're in for a good one here, Craig. We thought it would be a good one, and it has been.
Caleb Maurer, after only 2 free throws in that first half, comes back so far with 8 points in the second half. As spin dribble from Worman in the lane is up and good. Nice bit of offense there by Aiden Worman, who now has 5. Had a 3-pointer back in the second quarter. Fort Laramie knots it up, 41 all. Cadonier catches that high pass from Shappy. Flippo now with it in the corner, gets it on top to Monin, over to Fissinger. He's going to take a 3. That's on the way. And Russia hits another 3 as Fissinger gets his first bucket of the game. Gives the Raiders a 3-point lead, 44-41, under 5 minutes to play.
Huge bucket there by the junior from Russia. Giving the Raiders a 3-point lead right back. There's a lot of fireworks going on in this gymnasium right now.
Yeah, it's
both teams really going at it.
Both crowds really getting into it, Ken. You're right.
Fissinger was left alone, Craig, there from the left side, and he took advantage of it.
So Fort Laramie will inbound the ball underneath their own basket, down 3 at the 4:43 mark here in this fourth quarter. Loramie with it, looking for a teammate. Finally gets it into Eilerman, being guarded by Cadonier. Camp drives the lane, kicks it out. Maurer's going to take another three. He's hot out there. That's no good. Nice box out by Xavier Flippo, who gets fouled from behind by Ratterman. I think that's his fourth foul, Ken.
Going to be a common foul. The Redskins now have 16 fouls, the Raiders with 4.
He will head to the bench, and coming in for Isaac Ratterman will be Darren Eilerman. Russia with the ball and the 3-point lead, 4.5 minutes to play. Looks like a full timeout by Coach Borchers. We'll take one with him. You're listening to high school boys basketball here on NKTelco Sports. And Ken, for our Shelby County Athletic League fans out there, I know they're wondering about that Jackson Center Botkins game. What's going on there?
Craig, with 41 seconds left, Jackson Center and Botkins are all tied up on 34. I know from Botkins, Jamison Meyer just hit a three-pointer to tie the game up. Not sure if that stat we heard earlier was right or not, but it said that he had all their points at halftime, which was 19. So exciting one going on over there at Botkins as well. The Jackson Center Tigers are giving them all they want. And you know, what a whirlwind that would throw the Shelby County League race into here if Jackson Center can pull off the win against Botkins.
Well, Jackson Center got the win against Russia earlier this year, but the Redskins beat the Tigers. A lot of parity with those teams. And Quinter's shot off the glass is no good, but Fort Army knocks it out of bounds. So Russia will inbound underneath their own basket. For the Raiders on the floor is Flippo, Shappy, Quinter, Cadonier, and Monin. Russia with the inbounds, 4:15 to play. Raiders up 3 points on the First National Bank scoreboard. Shappy gets whistled for the travel, trying to make a move. And substitution for the Redskins as Ethan Kaiser back in the ball game for Darren Eilerman. For the Redskins, along with Kaiser on the floor, is Ty Ruenkamp, Logan Eilerman, Aiden Werman, and Caleb Maurer. Maurer going to walk it up the floor, 4 minutes to go. Doesn't seem real anxious to get across the half court. Takes about 8 seconds, and finally does. Gets it over to Kaiser, hands it off to Ruenkamp. Ruenkamp being guarded by Cadonier. 3:54 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Raiders in a 3-point lead. Werman with it, being guarded by Shappy. Fort Army really trying to spread this offense out. Ruenkamp in the corner to Eilerman. Cross-court pass. Kaiser's going to take the three. That's off the iron. No good. Nice box out, though. Down low by Werman, who gets the stick back, and he yells at his student section in excitement. So Raiders only up one, 44-43.
Both teams just really trying to get their fans into the game, Craig. A lot of excitement here at First Season Road Gymnasium.
Both student section, all those kids on their feet right now as Russia gets the turnover. Eilerman with it down the floor. Tries to pull it up. Maurer with it on top. Redskins down one. 3 minutes to play. Maurer in the lane. Tries to make the move. Going to get fouled, though, by Braden Monin and head to the free throw line.
Maurer will be going to the charity stripe, Craig. Chance to give the Redskins a 2-point or a 1-point lead here.
As we said, Maurer had 14 points in that previous game against Houston. And misses the free throw. He's got 10 right now. Substitution for Russia. Shappy heads to the bench, replaced by Fissinger. Ethan Kaiser will go to the bench. He's being replaced by Darren Eilerman. Maurer going to try to knock this ball game up, and he does. And Caleb Maurer ties this up at 44 all. 3 minutes to go in this finale between Fort Army and Russia. Can't ask for anything better than this, Ken.
No, you can't.
Hayden Quinter's going to get whistled for dragging his foot, so Russia turnover at a bad time and a little offense defense for the Redskins as Eilerman back to the bench. Kaiser returns.
Turnovers are starting to mount for the Raiders, Craig. That's they had just 4 at halftime. They've got 10 here in the second half for a total of 14.
With 2:45 to go. Redskins with the ball. Worman working against it. Couple Raiders. Worman trying to drive on Fissinger. Couple spin dribbles. Kicks it out to Eilerman on top to Ruenkamp. Ruenkamp picked up by Braylon Kadonier. Gets it out to Kaiser.
Redskins are being extremely patient here. Tie ball game at 44. The Rooshies just got 11 points here in the entire second half.
Loramie trying to spread out this Rushi defense as Worman on his spin dribble. No, Coach Corey Britton wants a timeout. And we'll stay right here, Ken, for this full timeout. We want to remind our listeners one more time that they can follow WCSM AM 1350, 96.7 FM, and their internet exclusive games on WCSMradio.com all season. Your sports leader in Mercer and All Glades counties. I want to thank everyone for tuning in on NKTelco Sports in this big game in the Shelby County Athletic League.
It's been a good one, Craig. Here, the fans have got their money's worth, that's for sure. We're going to overtime between Jackson Center and Bachman's. Sounds like Jackson Center had a last-second shot opportunity to win the game. Did not go down. They're going to overtime. Rushi Elementary students, Craig, are having a lot of fun over there tonight. They always do.
I like how they split them up. You got the high schoolers on the right as we're watching them here, and the elementary students on the left. Really creates a neat atmosphere in Claire C. DeVoe Gymnasium.
Yes, it does. Makes it really tough on the visiting team, and not an easy place to come in and play. Kudos to the Fort Loramie Redskins and Coach Corey Brett tonight. They've come in here and they've given the Rushi Raiders one heck of a basketball game, and we're going down to the wire here.
Yeah, with 2:15 left to go in this ball game, it is tied at 44. Fort Loramie with the ball, coming from the precision strip timeout. Worman with it, runs into Kayla Maurer, almost loses the ball. Camp with it now for the Redskins, working against Kadanya. Gets it on top to Maurer, being guarded by Monning. Under 2 minutes to play. Camp gets it back to Worman. Worman's going to kick it out. Eilerman's going to take a three from the corner. That's good. Logan Eilerman buries the three for the Redskins and gives them the 3-point lead. Eilerman, who was held scoreless in the second half, had 5 in the first quarter, now has 8. And Rushi with a minute 39 to go as Winter shots blocked. Nice reverse there by Monty. Can't get it to go down. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. I think that one's going to go, looks like, on Xavier Flippo.
Yes, it is. I think they're going to. Winter took a shot to tie the game there, Craig, with a minute 33 to go. Got blocked. Nice rebound by Monty, but the reverse layup would not go. Called a foul on the Raiders. Coach Borcher's wanting an explanation here. 3-point lead for the Redskins, Craig. This is their largest lead of the game. Now they've got the ball, have to go the length of the floor. You can expect them to be very patient here, and the Raiders to be extremely aggressive on the defensive end.
Well, both teams with 16 fouls, so we're in the bonus.
In the bonus on both ends.
Camp working against Kadanya, puts up a floater in the lane. That's off no good. Rebound by Quinter. Rushi down 3, 47-44. Timeout from Coach Borcher. We'll take a quick one with him. Fort Loramie leads Rushi 47-44.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. Carriage Works thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. Carriage Works now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. Carriage Works has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for Carriage Works. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Park National Bank, Cargill, St. Henry Bank, Chiltex LLC, Speedway Lanes.
Fort Loramie leads Russia 47-44 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Went to a precision strip timeout by Coach Borchers from Russia. Ken, what's he saying to his players?
Well, Craig, he wants the Raiders to get a good offensive look here. The first good look, he wants them to take it, I believe, because, the Raiders trail by 3 points. They can't be overly patient here. They definitely don't need a three-point shot. Just get a good look on a two-pointer. Try to finish it at the rim. I would try to get something going to the rim, probably with Quinter, maybe a high ball screen. Let's see what happens.
So Quinter with the ball now for the Raiders. Gets it on top to Fissinger. Fissinger's going to drive. Gets stopped by Eilerman. Throws the ball over the half court. Maurer with the pickup on the Raider turnover. He's going to get fouled by Braden Monnon.
No, step down of bounds. Step down the baseline. Turnover.
So Lucy with another opportunity here after the turnover. A minute 3 to go. Down 3.
Raiders catch a big break there on the steal by Maurer, but he stepped down of bounds on the baseline, tracking the loose ball down.
Winner with it in the corner, is going to drive baseline, picks up his dribble, gets it down low to Flippo. Nice layup off the glass. Xavier Flippo gets the Raiders to within 1. Fort Loramie with the ball, 40 seconds to go. Broomkamp with it now. Drives into the lane, kicks it out to Eilerman. He doesn't pull the trigger. Fort Loramie with the lead can afford to be patient here.
Foul on Rushi. Good foul there by Kadanya. Send the Redskins to the line for the 1-on-1.
So Logan Eilerman will head to the free throw line. As we said, Logan Eilerman came up with that big three just a few minutes ago, as he had 5 points in the first quarter, was held scoreless in the second and the third, and came up big time for the Redskins. He did make a couple of free throws back in that first quarter as part of his 5 points. As the officials, Ken, what are they discussing?
It's a good question. It's obviously a 1-on-1 situation.
So Eilerman,
obviously Eilerman is the shooter. Not sure what else the referees could be questioning themselves about.
And Ben Bowman will come in for Fissinger as he heads to the bench. Perhaps looking for Bowman to get a big rebound down low. Trying to box out Ty Ruenkamp. And
they're icing Eilerman, I know that.
The official at the scores table now trying to straighten things out with our scorekeepers.
Might have been a question if it was the 6th or the 7th team foul, but
Eilerman's first shot is short. And rebound from Bowman's. Fort Loramie up 47-46, 25 seconds to play. Quinter with the ball now for the Raiders. Trying to get a screen from Bowman. Gets it out to Monnon, 17 seconds to play. Monnon working with it, gets to Kadiner, 14 seconds. Over to Flippo, Raiders down 1. Got to get a bucket here. 10 seconds to play. Flippo's going to drive baseline, loses the ball, but he's going to get fouled and hit.
The 1-on-1. The 1-on-1 opportunity for Flippo. We've seen him in these situations before, Craig. He's a clutch free throw shooter.
Well, Flippo hit 5 of those free throws back in the second quarter. And coming in for the Redskins will be Ethan Kaiser. He'll be replacing Ratterman. Flippo to the free throw line. One more substitution as the Raiders will substitute Zane Shappy for Ben Bowman. Again, perhaps a little offense, defense. Flippo at the line. Raiders down 1. 7.6 seconds to play. Flippo's first shot is good. Xavier Flippo comes up clutch for the Raiders to knock this ball game up. Now let's try to give them the lead as we head to a timeout. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a tie ball game here with 7.6 seconds to play here on NKTelco Sports.
Winners Meats. Quality meats for 4 generations. Hoagie Lumber. Hilsman Automotive.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. NKTelco is a global company that is growing with its sights on being $1 billion company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at NKTelco Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with NKTelco.
Greg, we've seen Xavier Flippo in this situation before for Russia. He's come through clutch many times already in his young career. He's just a junior now. Been playing varsity basketball since his first game his freshman year. And he had a clutch free throw right there, and he's got one more with a chance to give the Raiders the lead with just over 7 seconds left to go.
His sixth free throw of the night. 6 of his 14 points. He'll head back to the line, try to give the Raiders the lead, and with 7.6 seconds to go, Redskins going to have to try to come up with something, either to win.
The Rooshi's in the situation now, Craig, where make or miss here. They do not want to foul the Redskins. They want to make them earn it by getting the bucket. Xavier Flippo with one free throw chance to give the Raiders the lead.
Flippo, the second one on the way. Gets that one to go down. So Rushi with a 1-point lead, 48-47, 7 seconds to go. Maurer streaking up the floor with it. Takes a shot from behind the arc. Off the rim, no good. Ball knocked around with 1 second. They go to the floor, and Rushi will pick up the 48-47 win as the Raiders fans storm the court. Big win tonight for the Rushi Raiders. Ken and I will be back with your post-game report here on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
So if you're a Raider fan, you got to go home tonight after the triple-header sweep. Rushi winning the freshman game 51-23, the junior varsity game 57-34, and this varsity game, which was the biggest thriller of them all, by the final of 48-47. Quarter scores went like this. After one quarter of play, it was 16-all as both teams tied in that first quarter. The second quarter, Rushi really where it made the difference tonight. Won that one 17-8. The third quarter was won by the Redskins 10-5. And the fourth quarter, actually, Fort Loramie outscoring Rushi 13-10 for a final again of 48-47. For the Raiders, they were led in scoring by Xavier Flippo with 15 points. Then you had 7 other Raiders. It was 7 points for Braylon Cadonier, 8 points for Braden Monin. You had 4 points for Zane Shappy, 4 points for Hayden Quinter, 5 points for Ben Bowman, 3 for Ross Fissinger, and 2 for Jordan Meyer. So again, I'll just go down the list. You had Zane Shappy with 4, Ross Fissinger with 3, Hayden Quinter with 4, Braden Monnon with 8, Jordan Meyer 2, 7 for Braylon Cadonier, 5 for Ben Bowman, and finally 15 for Xavier Flippo. For the Redskins, they were led in scoring by Ty Ruhnkamp with 15 points. It was Kayla Maurer with 11, 8 points for Logan Eilerman, 7 points for Aiden Werman, and 6 for Isaac Ratterman. So 5 different Redskins scored again. Ty Ruhnkamp with 15, Kayla Maurer 11, 8 for Logan Eilerman, 7 for Aiden Werman, and 6 for Isaac Ratterman. Ken, what kind of numbers did you have?
For the victors, the Russia Raiders, they were 16 for 42 from the field for 38%. They were 12 for 18 from the free throw line for 67%. They turned it over 15 times. And for the Fort Loramie Redskins, Greg, they finished 15 for 35 from the field for 43%. They were 9 for 15 from the free throw line for 60%. They turned the ball over 18 times. What a finish, what a great game. Typical Shelby County League battle, Craig, but especially between Russia and Fort Loramie. It was a lot of fun calling the game, and big win for Russia Raiders.
Yeah, just to talk about a few of these Raiders, Ken, you know, I thought it was really impressive on the balance as we're getting ready to watch the ball drop here. And we'll find out who the big winner is here shortly. But fun event here. Some lucky fan's going to win a lot of money. And they're reading off the winner here right now, the winning number. We'll find out who that number belongs to shortly. But a nice fundraiser here for the Russia Athletic Boosters and everything that they do. They're big fundraiser for the year for them. Again, I want to talk about some individual performances here for the Russia Raiders. And, you know, the first half of play, it was a big first half of not only for Xavier Flippo, but you had Hayden Quinter, Braden Mott, and Braylon Cadonier with 7 points. But you got those three guys, Quinter, Monnon, and Cadonier, who you depend on for a lot of your points. Those three were held scoreless in the second half, but you had some guys step up like Ross Fissinger, Zane Shappy, Ben Bowman, some of those guys that came up big when some of your big Loramie did a nice job shutting down some of the bigger players.
Yes, they did, Craig. Big second half, like you said, of production for the Russia Raiders when points were extremely hard to come by. You know, the Raiders only had 15 second half points. Huge three-pointer by Ross Fissinger. Xavier Flippo obviously came up big. Ben Bowman had a big bucket earlier in the third quarter, as did Zane Shappy. And that was pretty much all the scoring for the Raiders. Like I said, they only scored 15 points the entire second half, but it was just enough to get by a scrappy Fort Loramie team tonight. Well-played basketball game, a lot of intensity on both ends of the court, and just a lot of fun. Big win for Coach Borchers and Fort Loramie. You know, they continue to build on their program. Coach Brenton obviously doing a very nice job over there with the Redskins team. They the first night these two teams got together, it was Raiders won it pretty easy, but this time it was a dogfight from the very get-go.
And we want to extend congratulations to Russia fan Beth Bell, who won that ball drop. Ken, I didn't hear a dollar figure. Did you?
I did not, no.
All right, well, all those game stats were brought to you by Wagner's IGA. Now it's time for our NKTelco Player of the Game. And Ken, who's your pick for that?
That's going to go to Russia's Xavier Flippo, Craig. He finished the night with 15 points, 2 clutch free throws with 7.4 seconds left to go on the clock. He had 15 points, a lot of rebounds, and I'm sure he's got a lot of bumps and bruises because that young man knows how to play, and he plays one way, and that's full bore. And he's been at it since he was a freshman in high school, and just a tremendous effort all night by Xavier Flippo.
Well, congratulations to our NKTelco Player of the Game, Xavier Flippo. So Russia will improve to 7-2 overall, including 4-2 in the Shelby County Athletic League. The Raiders will look forward to their next matchup on Monday, traveling to meet the St. Henry Redskins. And we're guessing you can hear that live play-by-play for that contest, hopefully on WCSM radio. For Fort Loramie, they will drop to 6-5, including 4-4 in the league. Their next matchup is right away tomorrow night, hosting the Minster Wildcats. That will officially wrap it up for us here for a final time. Russia defeats Fort Loramie 48-47. We hope you enjoyed NKTelco's broadcast of high school boys basketball. Thanks for tuning in. And from the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium, I'm Craig Fissinger. For my broadcast partner, Ken Francis, saying good night, everyone.